So yesterday we saw a very surprising trade go down where the Memphis Grizzlies traded a 5-year player on their team, Desmond Bane, who they took with the 30th overall pick in the 2020 draft, and they sent him off to the Orlando Magic for a ton of draft capital, KCP, and Cole Anthony, and today we're going to be rebuilding the Memphis Grizzlies after Desmond Bane. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I mentioned yesterday in the Desmond Bane Orlando Magic rebuild, that one was going to be a lot easier. That team is now ready to win now, or at least go pretty far in the Eastern Conference. Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner still getting better. But I think this Memphis Grizzlies team really needs to figure out its identity and what they're going to be doing going forward. I could definitely see another move being made by the Grizzlies of note this offseason. I don't think they're going to run this team and the 16th overall pick back next season. So yeah, we have John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., two 25-year-olds that are right now making fairly good money. Jaren Jackson Jr. last year have a fantastic contract. That's about a double basically going forward. You have Zach Edey, who's a solid big man as a rookie this past season. He's already 23 years old. Santi Aldama is a restricted free agent. I want to bring him back. Brandon Clark's got 2 years left. Scottie Pippen Jr., a great backup point guard. So what does that mean for Cole Anthony? Do I try to flip him? Jalen Wells was a top rookie this past season. Luke Kennard's a free agent. GG Jackson and Vince Williams could still have potential in this league. They got KCP. Like, this is still a very deep team after they made that trade and no longer have Desmond Bane. And I'm here on the night of the 2025 NBA draft where I would like to take one of the wings. I'd like to get Cedric Howard, maybe Nick Clifford, Will Riley, Rasheer Fleming, one of those guys. I do wonder if I'm going to make a trade, but I think I may wait and see what happens as Ace Baylor goes #1 overall. So Cooper Flag, yeah, it's already going to be tough here in the Western Conference to win. And that's what I think Memphis is realizing. Like, they're not going to win it all in 2026. So they're really trying to reshuffle this roster around Ja and Triple J. I don't think I'm going to be trading the 16th overall pick. I would like to select Asa Newell. I don't mind. Noah Essengay, I don't mind either. I think Liam McNeely could be an option for this team. But I'm actually going to go with Cedric Howard, who I think it helps that there's a lot of unknown to Cedric Howard's game. He only played 6 games at Washington State, came up from D3, had some good games against like Ole Miss last year for Eastern Washington in the 2024 season. And I think maybe could be a 3-and-D 2 guard with freak-like athleticism and hand size next to Ja in the backcourt. And in the second round, I ended up getting Noah Penda, a defensive-minded guy out of Le Mans. And then we also got Dink Pate there from the Capital City G League team. So we are going to change some of those names. I'm going to offer Cam Spencer and Santi Aldama the restricted offers. I'm definitely going to look to re-sign Santi Aldama. I guess technically they're all shooting guards, funny enough, right now. So yeah, Aldama looking to make $12 million. I feel like that's fair. Kennard's probably gone. I want to see if I'm going to make a trade before. I wonder if I can maybe flip Cole Anthony to the Charlotte Hornets for like the swap worst between Phoenix and Memphis in 2026. That's from the Yusuf Nurkic trade because that trades around a bunch of different guys. So I can give you... I would also give you Jay Huff in this deal. So Jay Huff and Cole Anthony for that first round pick. There we go. So we're going to accumulate a little bit more draft capital for the 2026 draft. And I'm going to bring back Santi Aldama on a 3-year deal worth $36 million, which I feel like is a good dollar amount. Player progression, John Morant is a 92. Jaren Jackson Jr. goes down to an 89. We're going to see who's going to step up as like maybe the number 3 scoring option. I think like KCP could definitely bounce back in Memphis and could definitely be better next year than what he was in 2025 because it was one of the worst years of his career and I don't think he's going to shoot that poorly. Maybe KCP is cooked and maybe that we saw the best of him playing with LeBron and Jokic and it's going to be a little bit different now. But I do think there is a chance that he ends up bouncing back. I have been using the Richie draft classes as well for 2025 and 2026 or Richie 2K as you can see it on your screen right now. So I will like to re-sign Jaren Jackson Jr. Hopefully, okay, he doesn't want to re-sign. That is just great. Don't make me have to trade you, Triple J, at one point. I hope I don't have to do that. So here we are. John Morant. I think I want to start. Man, do I really start KCP? I think I'd rather dive in a little bit more into the youth movement. So I'm going to go like 36 to Ja. I don't know how many minutes KCP is going to play because I think I'm going to start GG Jackson. Vince Williams can get 13 minutes. Not going to play John Conchar. KCP 18. We'll go about 16 to Scottie Pippen Jr. 28 to Edey. 20 to Clark. I'll go about 19 to Santi Aldama. So I'm going to go 36 to Ja. I want to go 34 to Jaren. Let's go about 24 to GG Jackson. And I would like Cedric Howard to get some minutes. So maybe I'll go a little bit less to these guys. And Cedric Howard can get about 9 minutes. And yeah, this is still a deep team. We're going to go 11 deep under Tumas, the new head coach, now that they fired Taylor Jenkins late in the 2025 season. We started the season against Dallas, Denver, and the Chicago Bulls. And we're going to go 0-3. That's just great. Like I said, we are going to have some cap flexibility for the 2026 class. I'm just hoping, okay, yeah, this may be a full-on retool year. We are off to a 1-5 start. We finally got our first win. Ja had 43 in this one. I mean, you guys can let me know. Do you think there's going to be a Ja trade or a Jaren Jackson Jr. trade that may happen? All right, so we are 22-30 here at the deadline. It is going to be a very challenging Western Conference, and now that they traded Desmond Bane for KCP and Cole Anthony, I mean, they weren't better than OKC. You have San Antonio on the rise. You have Houston. You still have the LA teams, Minnesota, Denver. Dallas is going to be better next year. New Orleans is going to be at least more competitive. I think it's wise for Memphis to be okay with just seeing the internal development and getting as many shots up for Jalen Wells and GG Jackson as possible. And hey, it's working out for us in GG, shooting 38% from three. Jaren Jackson Jr., 31% from three, averaging 47, or shooting 47% from the field. There's Ja Morant, shooting 35% from three. I'll take that. I don't know if I'm going to make any moves here at the deadline. Like, I would think about trading away maybe a Vince Williams, who's been all right. Now living up to the hype he, like, kind of performed with. What was that, in 2023 or 2024? Now we had that breakout year. But if you also look at this team, maybe a little bit different, but not a lot of guys are under contract in 2028. It's Ja, Santi Aldama, but I would like to re-sign Jaren Jackson Jr., because if he was going to test free agency, he's going to refuse to re-sign. Okay, so am I about to trade away Jaren Jackson Jr. at the deadline? I didn't really plan for that, and I still don't want to do that. And I'm debating offering this to Portland, and if they say no, I may go in a different direction. Could I give you Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Conchar for Denny Avdia, who's making $14 million a year? That's going to be $30 million less per year than what Jaren Jackson Jr. would cost me. I get Robert Williams is expiring, but I could re-sign him, and 2 first-round picks for the expiring of Jaren Jackson Jr. Are they going to counter offer this? I also hope the Phoenix Suns are bad this year, because that's like the main asset they got back was the Phoenix Suns 2026 first. So they want my first lottery protected and Brandon Clark. I don't mind dangling the lottery protected pick. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs this year. And I would be basically swapping Brandon Clark for Robert Williams. A part of me kind of wants to do this. And we're going to have a max cap sheet in 2027. All right. I get these first. I really got to be better next year. Could I maybe not dangle that first? I don't think I'm getting this Magic first in 2026, so I do have to give that back to the Orlando Magic. I'll give you my 2030 first. Can we get that deal done? I don't really want Cody Martin if I don't have to take on Cody Martin. I'm probably going to get a counter offer that I'm not going to love here. So 2 first-round picks. I think I'd rather just trade away my first-round pick. So I have to take on Cody Martin in this deal. If Brandon Clark's going to be involved. Well, I'm also getting this Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm getting those 2. You know what? I will dangle my lottery protected first round pick this year, because I do think we can at least be semi-decent next year. So will they do this? They're going to now counter offer it. Dink paid in a second. I get City Sissoko. I'd rather not include those guys. So you know what I can do is just kind of remove some of this stuff, do the original trade. They're going to counter it. And yeah, I think I'm going to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. to Portland. I think we're going to do something like this. I'm going to get 2 first-round picks, 1 in 28, 1 in 27, and I get Denny Avdia, who's maybe getting close to Jaren Jackson Jr., and I will have to be semi-good next year after this deal. So that is a shocker, to say the least. So, yeah, we're going to give Denny Avdia about, like, 34 minutes a night throughout the rest of the season. He's immediately going to be the starting power forward. No shocker there. I traded away Brandon Clark, which may end up hurting a little bit. I'm going to give about, 16 minutes there to Robert Williams, and I'd like to play Cedric Howard more towards the end of the year. And yeah, our pick is lottery protected. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. Maybe we end up making it with Denny Avdia and Ja Morant, and I gave up pick 15, but if I really wanted to, I could maybe sign Jaren Jackson Jr. in free agency. I don't think I'm doing that. We're also on like a 6-game winning streak after that trade, which was kind of funny, but we ended up losing to OKC, and then we won 2 in a row. Maybe we are going to make the playoffs. So Nikola Jokic just won the 4th MVP of his career. Cooper Flag still ended up in San Antonio. That is incredible. He won 6th Man of the Year and Rookie of the Year. Wemby, Depoy, Scoot Henderson, most improved. Maybe it helped out playing with Jaren Jackson Jr., Brunson, Clutch Player of the Year, and Greg Popovich is your Coach of the Year. You have Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Shea, and Wemby on All-NBA first team. Brunson, Cade, Ant, Mobley, Halliburton on second team. And we do get Ja Morant on All-NBA third team, about 24 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists a night, career high 35% from 3. I'll definitely take that. We don't see Jaren Jackson Jr. on an all-defensive team, which makes me feel a little bit better. And we do get Cedric Howard on an all-rookie second team. He shot 45% from 3, not on crazy volume. And we actually finished the season as an 8 seed, so we make the playoffs. I don't get my first-round pick this year, which is fine. Where were the Phoenix Suns? So they're the 10th seed. We really need Golden State to beat them. That's what we're rooting for. All right, let's see what ends up happening. Denny's numbers were still pretty good, but I think we're going to just see if we can knock off the Houston Rockets here, and we win. So we are the 7th seed. All right, this is not what I want. Okay, thank God Phoenix lost, so we make the playoffs. I basically just lost out on the 15th overall pick. I did not think that was going to happen. I thought we were going to be pretty bad this year, which is what I was hoping for. Now we really better hope that that first round pick from Phoenix ends up moving up. So I guess just see. I mean, could we end up pulling off an upset here? We ended up losing game number 1 to Denver. I'm going to mess with the rotation a little bit more. Like, they really want to start KCP. It's going to be Morant, Wells. Honestly, let's do Denny at the 3. And let's do Aldama at the 4. Coward. Wow, he actually had 16 points in game number 1. I feel like I'm going to keep him. I don't think I'm going to play Vince Williams here in the playoffs, who ended up shooting 38% from 3. So I think he could have some value for sure. We will go this 10-man rotation. We'll do 12 to KCP, 12 to Coward, 16 Williams, 13 to Scottie Pippen, because I do want Ja to play a ton. We'll do 25 to GG. Let's do 40 to Ja. Let's do about 26 to Aldama. We can do about 31 to Wells. Yeah, that's fine. And we can go about 37 to Denny of Dia. And Portland, yeah, did not make the playoffs. Can we at least get one playoff series victory? Because last time we were in the playoffs, we got swept. And then last time they were in the playoffs before that was against the Lakers and they lost as a 2 seed. So, yeah, we ended up getting swept. So for the second straight year, the Grizzlies get swept in round number 1, which is not what I would like to see, given that I gave up my first round pick basically for that. But we're here. You do have the Cavs and the Mavericks here in the NBA Finals. Mobley and Kyrie Irving are your conference finals MVPs. And the Dallas Mavericks win in 6 with Anthony Davis being your finals MVP. Chris Paul ends up retiring. Nick Batum, Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. A lot of notable guys retiring there. Luke Walton ends up retiring. Chris Paul, James Harden, Russell Westbrook go to the Hall of Fame. So let's see what ends up happening here, as we are going to get not pick 3. That is going to go to Charlotte. The Portland Trailblazers get pick 8. I should have tried to get their first round pick. So I'm going to get the 10th overall pick from the Desmond Bane trade. I mean, it could be better, could be worse. I don't believe we get the Orlando Magic pick there at 19, so I got to give that back to them. But I will be getting their 2030 first round pick, right? Yeah, so let's give them back 19, and I'm going to ask for the Orlando Magic's 2030 first rounder. Please tell me you'll do this. Okay, thank you. So basically going into draft night, we are going to have 3 first round picks. I don't own mine at 17, not the end of the world. 10, 43, and 44. I'm going to keep Tomas as our head coach for now. And I'm going to see if maybe somebody falls throughout the draft. AJ DeBanta ends up going number 1. The Knicks at number 2 are going to select Cameron Boozer. Like, if Darren Peterson doesn't go 3, I'll make a trade, but I assume he's going to go 3. There he goes. And I'm going to take, I think, Malik Thomas here. I'm also interested about Nate Ament. Actually, let's take Nate Ament here from Tennessee. Going to be playing for Rick Barnes over there. We'll see if he can be the next best prospect Barnes has coached since Kevin Durant, which is something that's very high on his legacy. I don't think I'm going to make any other trades. I was targeting maybe in the second round Alex Condon. Ian Jackson is here. LeBaron Philon is here as well. Miles Uzan is here. I'm going to grab Alex Condon from Florida. Could have been a first round pick in this year's draft. Or like was on the fence. Could take Robbie Avila from Indiana State, or is it St. Louis now? I know he transferred, but that would be kind of cool with Denny here, even though that's not even his last name, so why am I saying that's cool? And I'm going to take Keyshawn Hall here from UCF, but I know he did transfer this year as well, going into next year's college season. So we get Ament, Condon, and Keyshawn Hall. We're going to pick up the team options on Edie and Gigi. KCP opts in. I'll pick up the team options on Penda and Dink Pate as well. Cam Spencer, I will extend the qualifying offer to. Jaren Jackson Jr. is here. We would have to create about $12 million to pick him up. All right, so I'm going to attach Dink Pate with KCP, send him to the Miami Heat for just their 2030 second round pick. So, yeah, I would have enough money to go back and get Jaren Jackson Jr., which would be kind of hilarious trade for Denny Avdia and then sign Triple J. I don't hate the idea. I mean, I could also go after Kevin Durant here in Memphis. We could go after Trae Young. That would make no sense. Could go after Josh Giddey. That also doesn't make any sense. So Jaren Jackson Jr. does not have a real offer. What about if I try to get him back? Do we try to finagle the system? Honestly, I'm okay with it. Jaren Jackson Jr., welcome back here to the Memphis Grizzlies. I can't believe I pulled that off. It's like 2016 Aroldis Chapman to the Cubs for Gleyber Torres, and then you end up signing him back in free agency. So I do need to pick up like one more center, though, before the season starts. So I'm going to snag Nick Richards on a 3-year deal. And he should accept that, and he does. So going into next year, we have Edie and Richards. I'm going to have plenty of forwards. I may make one trade before the season starts. And I'm going to try to trade away Vince Williams, who looked pretty good last year, for a future first-round pick from the Golden State Warriors. They're going to say yes to that, so that's probably going to be it for us this offseason. I could go out and sign Brandon Boston, but we have plenty of depth. All right, so we're seeing a little bit of green. Maybe Ja has peaked. Welcome back, Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm going to make Denny Avdia I'm going to make him a small forward. So, yeah, I guess Portland traded Denny Avdia, maybe their best player, for half a year of Jaren Jackson Jr. Not a great look. All right, so this is going to be a very tough, roster to give out equal minutes again. So I want to play a bunch to John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm going to start Denny at the 3. Do I get G.G. Jackson in there? I think I'm going to start, actually, Cedric Howard. So Nate Ament's going to get 10 minutes a night as a rookie. We're going to go about 14 to Nick Richards, 14 to Scottie Pippen. I'm going to go about 17 to Aldama, 22 to G.G. Jackson is good with me. But I got to get more minutes for, Jalen Wells out there. So honestly, I may not play Nate Ament to start off the year. So no Condon, Penda, or Keyshawn Hall minutes. I want to go probably 34 to Denny, 36 there, 28 to Edie. That's what we're going to rock with. So, yeah, number 10 overall pick, Nate Ament, not starting out of the gate or playing any minutes. We're 3.5 star balance. Hopefully, we're a little bit better this year. We were a 7 seed last year. We get off to a 3-0 start. We just beat the Lakers 150-111. A little bit of a statement win right there. All right, so we have been better this year, which is exactly what I wanted to see. We are 29-21. Puts us as the 6th seed here in the Western Conference. We actually have a better point differential than the Nuggets and the Thunder, who are ahead of us right now. Our leading scorer is John Morant, who's putting up all NBA second team type numbers, 24.5 points, 8 assists, almost 5 rebounds a night, 51, 35, 85 splits. Jaren Jackson Jr., 49, 35, 82 splits, 18 points, 5.5 rebounds. There's Denny Avdia, 17.5 points, 8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, shooting 38% from 3. G.G. Jackson's three-point shooting has taken a little bit of a hit this year. Something to keep an eye on. Cedric Howard, though, has been progressing very nicely, shooting 36% from 3. There's Zach Edey. There's Jalen Wells, Scottie Pippen Jr., Nick Richards, kind of going forward. So do I want to make some type of move here at the deadline? I can re-sign Denny. I can re-sign Ja. We have a little bit more flexibility with Denny under that contract. I don't think I'm going to make any moves. It's just I want to play Denny a ton. I want to play Coward a ton. I want to play GG a ton. And I want to play Wells a little bit more as well. So no pun intended there. Let's go 12 to Pippen and Richards. Let's go 15 to Aldama. And I want to go about 21 minutes to Jackson and Wells. And I could do one more. We can do one more to Cedric Howard. And I'll see you guys at the end of season, I guess, number 2 now or number 3. Right, so Victor Wembanyama won MVP. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. AJ DeBanta is your rookie of the year. Anthony Simon, 6th man. Wemby, Depoy. Cedric Howard, most improved. I'm not a big fan of sophomores winning it, but hey, I'm glad it was our guy, Cedric Howard, who we're believing in, and is actually putting up fairly good numbers. The Spurs won 71-11. I don't know if we're there at their level yet. That is actually insane. John Morant, like I said, was putting up all NBA second team numbers. Bang, there you go. 51, 34, 83 splits. And we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves in round number 1. Not the exact seeding, but they did play each other in round number 1 back in 2022. So we just missed out on the play-in tournament. Jaren Jackson Jr., 18 points, 17 for Denny, 13 for GG, 12 for Coward, 10 for Wells, 10 for Edey, Aldama 9.5, 8 for Pippen, and 4 for Nick Richards. I don't know if I'm going to trim the rotation. I don't mind going 10 deep. So let's go 10 to Pippen, 10 to Richards. We'll go about 14 to Aldama. I'm fine with these guys getting 21. We'll do 26 to Edey, 35 to Denny and Triple J, 39 to Ja. Maybe I end up going 25 to Coward. And we'll do a little bit more to Wells and GG Jackson. So game number 1 against Minnesota, they end up winning it. Ant versus Ja would be definitely some good TV. 37 for Ja in the L. Not much help around him. Damn, so we have yet to win a playoff series in our last a playoff game in our last 2.5 playoff series. But we finally get a win right there because they got swept by the Thunder. We got swept last year in round number 1 by Denver. And we actually won by 10 here. And at 49, but they still lost. Game 4, bang, we tied up 126-118. 26 for Ja, 25 for GG, 19 for Triple J, 12 for Santi Aldama. Game 5 does go to Minnesota, 133-113. Ja with 28, GG with 18. Can we force a Game 7? Yes, we can. We end up winning Game 6 by 7. Ja with 32, Triple J with 27. And let's see what happens here in game number 7 on the road. Can we pull off an upset and advance to round number 2? We got outscored by 16 in the first. We had a better second quarter, but if we didn't have a good third quarter, yeah, it's going to be tough to come back. So we're going to end up getting blown out. Damn, we ended up losing 138-105. Randall with 32. Ja with 17. That sucks, man. All right, so here you go. The NBA Finals. You have the Atlanta Hawks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Definitely an interesting one. And the Timberwolves win in 6 with Anthony Edwards being your Finals MVP. So I guess at least we lost to the team that ended up winning it all. But I do feel like we're still a little bit away. Would it be crazy if I traded Jaren Jackson Jr. twice in this video? I definitely did not expect that when I started this. So let's see what happens here for the 2027 draft. I don't see any Grizzlies, unfortunately, there. So the Bulls get the Portland pick at number 5. Our first pick is going to be at 17 via Golden State. That was from the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, not the Vince Williams trade. And do I get my first round pick in this draft? I will. Where is it? Yeah, I get it at 24. So I do have 2 first round picks here in the 2027 draft. I think we're going to look to hire a new head coach. I know I get Ty Lue a lot, but I wouldn't mind Ty Lue. But I would take like Quinn Snyder as well. I would take Tibbs. So let's see if we get one of those guys. And I only get Quinn Snyder. Bang. Easy choice for me. Quinn Snyder, welcome here to Memphis. I guess he could not agree on an extension with Atlanta, who he was just in the NBA Finals with. So let's figure out what I want to do here this offseason. Ja's got 1 year left. Santi's got 1 year left. Denny's got 1 year left as well on that steal of a deal. Same with like Scottie Pippen Jr. He's under a great contract. All right, I want to see if I can move both my first round picks, Santi Aldama, Nick Richards, and actually this swap between Milwaukee and Portland next year for Alperen Sengun, who only has 3.5 star values or trade values. So I don't know if they'll accept this. And they do, actually. So welcome to the team, Alperen Sengun. We're kind of opening up a different style of offensive play. Hopefully more ball movement. We're going to have Ja, maybe Wells, maybe Coward, maybe GG. We're going to have Denny at the 3. We're going to have Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4 and Sengun at the 5. That is very exciting as a core going into next year's season. And Tyron Stokes ended up going to the Washington Wizards with the number 1 overall pick. I'm going to pick up the team options on everybody right here. I wonder what that GG Jackson extension is going to look like. Is it going to break the bank? $19 million. That's really not bad at all. It's actually going to be way less than that. I'm going to try to sign some veterans as well. I'm going to get Marvin Bagley and Vic Krejci on 1 year deals. Hopefully they get Noah Penda back on the QO. And that's going to happen. So player progression, Ja's a 94, Sengun's a 90, Jaren Jackson Jr. 89, Denny 87, Ament goes up, Penda goes up, Coward goes up. All right, really nice progression throughout everybody else around this team and definitely around like the big 3. I'm excited for this team. I wonder if we're going to have like a really disappointing exit, but I feel like we could probably get the most out of Sengun with Quinn Snyder now being the coach. So I do want to bring back Ja. This team's about to get a lot more expensive. Denny, we're going to give him $30 million over 4 years as well. So $120 million total. And then Zach Edey, since I have Sengun, I don't really need to re-sign Zach Edey right now. He's going to be a monster backup center, but obviously he's not starting. That's going to be Alperen Sengun for us in 2028. So it's definitely going to be like Ja, Denny, Jackson Jr., and Sengun. I just got to figure out who's the best 2 guard. Is that going to be Wells? Is that going to be Coward? Who it end up might being. So let's go this starting 5. Edey's going to get like 17 minutes a night. We'll go 31 to Sengun throughout the regular season. I want to go probably 20 minutes a night to Wells and GG. I want Pippen to get minutes, and I also want Nate Ament to get minutes as well. I have about 11 more to play with. 31 to Sengun is fine. 33 to Jackson. 33 to Denny. Maybe I end up going 33 to Sengun as well. So that's what we're going to roll with. We're going to go to pace and space, which is going to be, well, balance is 4.5 stars. So never mind. We're going to stick with that. We start the season against Phoenix and Golden State. We score 130, about 3 on average to start things off. I'll take that. All right, so this has definitely been our best team yet. We're on a 13-game winning streak. We're 39-14 here at the deadline. We have a 14.4 point differential, which would be the best in the NBA if it weren't for the San Antonio Spurs, who just have Cooper Flag. So it's really frustrating. There's John Morant, followed by Alperen Sengun, giving me about 17-ish points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists tonight, shooting 38% from 3. Jaren Jackson Jr., 38% from 3. There's Denny Avdia as well, 14 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. GG's been pretty good. Jalen Wells has been efficient. Cedric Howard's been efficient as well. Scottie Pippen, I mean, kind of fallen off a little bit as a backup point guard, but he's the only guy that's like kind of a free agent, I believe, at the end of the year. I think, honestly, I'm going to just see what this team could do. We're in the first year under Quinn Snyder. We have a great point differential. We just lost to the Spurs. So if I had to guess, we're going to go to the Western Conference Finals this year and probably lose to the Spurs, but we'll see. All right, so Wemby ends up MVP this year. Double M is your Rookie of the Year. Kasparis Shakuchonis fell all the way to 23 and was selected by the Pacers. Wemby, Depoy, Kasparis got Most Improved, and Cade Cunningham, I feel like for the 3rd straight year, just won Clutch Player of the Year. Pop got Coach of the Year once again. We do get John Morant on an All-NBA second team. There we go. We get no other Grizzlies, no Triple J on an all-defensive team. There's Donovan Clingan. So we are going to go to the playoffs as the 2 seed. We're taking on the OKC Thunder in round number 1. This is going to be a tough path. So we finished with a 15.6 point differential, was amazing, but we were still 6 games behind the San Antonio Spurs. Thunder went 48-34. They still have their big 3, and they just have De'Aaron Fox, Chase Richardson, Chris Sinak, Michael Porter Jr., Vu Dort off the bench. That is going to be a very tough 7 seed. That's just round 1. I have to win 3 more rounds after that if we were able to get past them. So for the playoffs, Nate Ament is going to get like 8 minutes a night, but I like having a deeper rotation to start things off. We'll go 13 to Scottie Pippen Jr., 18 to Edie. I'm fine with these guys getting around like 21 minutes a night. I'm going to go 20 to Jackson, 23 to Wells. I may go, honestly, keep this like 32 to Denny, 32 to Triple J, 24 there, 25. Maybe Josh should be playing more. We'll see. We do end up winning game number 1 by 41 points, so that is encouraging. I feel like 2K has officially nerfed the OKC Thunder for whatever reason. I say that, and then they blow us out by 22. Game 3 goes to OKC, 135-115. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 30 in this one, but 6 turnovers. We do tie it up 2-2. We won by 17. 31 points for John Moran. He fouled out in 27 minutes. Hate to see it. Game 5 goes to Memphis. Wow, we dropped 158 on them. Cedric Howard 24, GG Jackson 24, and we are going to win in 6. Thankfully, we did not go to a Game 7, which I would have been very scared for. John Morant almost had a triple-double. We are going to take on the Golden State Warriors here in round number 2. They still have Jimmy. They still have Steph. They're honestly not that intimidating compared to the Thunder. They do have Kawhi Leonard. Ja, 27 points. Jackson, 17 points. 14.7 for GG. 14, 8, and 5 for Şengün. Game number 1 goes to Memphis. 134-126. 19 and 14 for Şengün. Game 2 goes to Memphis. Let's go. 146-101. 28 there for Ja. 25 and 5 for Scottie Pippen. He hit 7 threes. All right, this is a rematch of the 2022 playoffs in round number 2, though. I didn't mention that. Game 4, okay, we were up 2-0. I thought we had it in the bag, and we just kind of blew it a little bit. Now, do I want to trim this rotation at all? Nate Ament, I think I'm going to remove from the rotation. Gives me 8 more minutes. Let's go 38 to Ja. Do I want to go more minutes to Cedric Howard? A little bit more. Maybe a little bit more to Denny. Jaren Jackson Jr., I would like for you to be a little bit better as well. Game 5, we've lost 3 in a row. We just lost by 8. Ja had 35 in this one. Steph had 28. We are going to force a Game 7. We held them to 92 points here in Game 6. Is Minnesota going to... Nope, they didn't force a Game 7 against San Antonio. So San Antonio is in the conference finals. Will my prediction come true? It was that we were going to make it to the conference finals, but lose to the Spurs. At least we're going to make it to the conference finals. We are going to blow out the Warriors by 37 here in game number 7. Triple J, Şengün, Ja all had fantastic games. And you have a 1 seed versus a 2 seed in each side. San Antonio versus Memphis. And you have Toronto and Detroit against each other over there. Game number 1 against San Antonio goes to the Spurs by 5. I would have liked to steal game 1. I was hoping to split them in San Antonio, but they end up blowing us out. Yeah. What I say, we were going to make it to the conference finals, lose to the Spurs. We do win game 3. We won by 5 in overtime. Shout out to Cedric Howard, 24-6, 6-4, and 3. What a performance. 22-14, and 8 for Şengün. Damn it, we can't tie it up. We lose 135-110. All right. We're going to lose in 5, yeah. So my prediction comes true. Make it to the conference finals, but lose to the Spurs. Can we stop allowing them to get Cooper Flagg? I'm going to kill... Nico Harrison is just setting this up to be so difficult for me. But look at that. The Orlando Magic were bad, and we ended up getting the 3rd overall pick here in the 2028 draft. I will also have my first rounder at number 29. But yeah, we were in the conference finals, and I just added the 3rd overall pick. I'm also going to call up the Philadelphia 76ers and see if we can get the number 1 pick. 3-29 for number 1, and I will also throw in this Warriors 2029 first, as well as my first-round pick next year. So 4 first-round picks to move up 2 spots. They're easily going to agree with that. I'm going to take this power forward, Terrence Winston, out of Oklahoma, and he's just going to be a really good depth piece for us. And yeah, it wasn't like a clear 1-1, but it does feel like he has the most upside in this class. 18 years old, so he could develop a ton in this game. So here we are, qualifying offers. I'll give everybody the qualifying offer. Edie and Pippen are the ones we have to keep an eye on. I don't know if they'll get deals out there. Edie might. Okay, well, none of them are real right now. And if Edie does get a real deal, I'll probably do a sign and trade. So the Lakers give him 4 for 102. I will match him, or I will match that, but I'm probably going to just trade him to the Lakers now. So if I traded Edie to the Lakers, who could I get? Obviously, I like having the backup big. Austin Reeves, I don't really need. I don't need a Keyshawn George. So could I get Malachi Moreno, and could I get your first round? Can I ask for 2 first-round picks, or is that too much? Could I ask for 1 first-round pick in Malachi Moreno? That's also too much, really. I'll give you a second. Okay. I mean, you clearly wanted Zach Edey, so I'll just trade him for 2 first-round picks. There we go. So, yeah, we're going to just try to add, ooh, I don't mind Rudy Gobert on a 2-year deal. Why not? Just as like a backup big to Alperen Şengün. Maybe we can run some double lineups with Şengün and Gobert like they did with Şengün and Steven Adams. Scottie Pippen Jr. got a deal from Denver. 3 years, 31. Good for Scottie to get that deal. I kind of want to match it, and I think I'm going to. Yeah, we're pretty much a tax team right now. Like, we're pretty close to the second apron. 3 years, $71 million for Jalen Wells. That is a lot of money, and hopefully most of these guys come back on the qualifying offers. I don't know how far or much longer this window is open with this core, but I'd like to win it all next year because I don't think I'd be able to keep everybody on this team for one more year. All right, so let's see what this 2029 team is going to look like. Do I keep starting Coward? Is that the right idea? Maybe I end up starting Jalen Wells this year. So Ja, Wells, Denny, Triple J, Şengün. We're going to have GG and Coward coming off the bench. I'm going to go 17 to Coward, 17 to Ament. I would like to get Gobert about 10 minutes a night. And I'd like to give Winston probably around 12 minutes a night. So it's going to be an 11-man rotation throughout the regular season. So yeah, it's going to be Ja, Wells, Denny, Triple J, Şengün with a loaded bench of GG, Coward, Ament, Pippen. It's not a guarantee Winston plays in the playoffs or Gobert, so we'll keep an eye on what they do throughout the regular season. 4.5-star balanced. Hopefully we just don't run into the Spurs juggernaut team again, but it'll probably happen. Man, we are so good, but the Spurs are right there. They're on your tail whenever you think you got it against them. So I don't know what to do. I really don't. We have such a good team, but the Spurs may be just that much better than us. And yeah, Cooper Flag just won MVP for this team. Dylan Mingo, Rookie of the Year. Yakuchonis got another 6-man. Luka, Clutch Player of the Year. Okay, we got Coach of the Year and Quinn Snyder, but I saw that we were the 2 seed in the conference. Just stinks, man. It really does. All right, let's just do this. We're taking on the Denver Nuggets here. We're looking for revenge after they beat us a couple years ago. We finished with the same record, and the Spurs ended up on a 22-game winning streak. You really can't make this up. All right, so how do I want to trim this rotation? Terrence Winston, the #1 overall pick, was actually kind of good. Do I play Gobert? I feel like I got to drop it. I can't do an 11-man rotation. I really can't. Nate Ament was pretty good. Scottie Pippen Jr. was pretty good. I think I go Ament. I think I go Gobert over the #1 overall pick, which is kind of crazy. Coward 17, GG 20. I want to play the starters a bunch. So let's go 37 to Ja, 33 to Denny, 34 Jackson Jr., 34 Şengün. I know I should probably go more to Ja, but we'll consolidate if we need to this offseason. We're tied 1-1 against Denver. We are going to be tied 2-2. Don't lose in round #1. Okay. If we lost in round #1, then whatever. We were never going to beat San Antonio anyway. So we end up beating them. Şengün was our leading scorer. 39% from the field for Jaren Jackson Jr. I will trade him in the offseason if we need to. This is a very good Pelicans team that no longer has Zion, and they won game 1. They won game 2. We are absolute frauds. We are absolute frauds. We lose in 6. And, of course, San Antonio is not even there. All right, so you have the Pelicans and you have the Raptors in the NBA Finals. The Raptors win in 7. Scottie Barnes is your Finals MVP, and I am pissed. I am pissed, man, that we really just got bounced in round #2 like that. There goes Rudy Gobert. He retires. I'm going to make a noticeable trade this offseason. We are also going to get the 10th overall pick in the pick swap with the Memphis Grizzlies. And yeah, our picks end up going to Philadelphia in a different swap. So we are just picking, yeah, they're at number 10. We'll keep Quinn Snyder as the head coach. And I want to see if I could trade away Jaren Jackson Jr. and pick 10 for Donovan Mitchell. Can I get a counter? I'll give you this Lakers 2031st. And I will give you this Magic 2031st. There we go. Donovan Mitchell, welcome to the Grizzlies. I don't even know if that's something we need because I have Coward, I have Wells, I have plenty of depth right now. I think Terrence Winston, right? He's going to be the power forward next year, but it also could be Denny. The Cavs at number 10 ended up taking Frank Webb. I also never get Donovan Mitchell, so I'm really excited. Şengün opts out. I am going to do some type of extension with him because I can't really let him leave. Does he have any real offers? Kind of from the Pistons, but we can easily match that. I'm also going to re-sign Noah Penda on a 4-year deal, or excuse me, Cedric Coward, $47 million. Noah Penda wants $28 million. Get out of here. All right, so Ja's a 95. Donovan Mitchell regresses a little bit down to a 90. Winston is up to an 85. Like, I have so many wings that I want to play between Ament, Coward, Jackson, and Wells. This is what we got. Winston can get 28 minutes a night. Let's go 33 to Şengün, 28 to Denny, 33 to Ja, maybe like 30 to Donovan Mitchell for the regular season. I just want to become a 16 win team. That's all we got to be, is just a 16 game team. Right, I just need guys to show up in the playoffs. I'm kind of sick of losing early on, or just we haven't been to a finals yet. So Ace Bailey ends up getting MVP. Well, I don't know. Can you beat the Spurs for us in the playoffs? I mean, to our luck, we're probably on the same side as them. So let's just get into this. We ended up as the 2 seed this year. The Spurs are the 1 seed. So it's what's been the story. We ended up with a 55-27 record. They ended up going 58-24. We actually had a better point differential, slightly by 0.3. Ja was our leading scorer, followed by Donovan Mitchell, Gigi Jackson, Şengün, Winston, Wells, Denny, Coward. This team is probably too deep. I probably should have consolidated some of the wing depth as well. Like, I'm not getting the most out of Native Men because I have Coward. Or I'm not getting the most out of Coward because I have Native Men, and like, etc. We're going to go with the 10-man rotation. Coward ended up shooting 40% from 3 this year. God damn it. Everybody was so good. Maybe I drop Native Meds to 13. We'll go 18 of these guys. They're actually suggesting that I play 0 minutes to Cedric Coward. I don't know about that. We'll do 20 to Wells. That's fine. I would like to go, honestly, 34 to Mitchell, 35 to Ja, something like that. I always forget, like, yeah, Denny's been here for a while. Let's just see what happens. Don't lose in round... Oh, my God, we lost game 1. Okay, don't lose in round 1, please. Don't. 2K hates me. All right, we win in 6. Let's go. Can we beat Minnesota and make it to the conference finals? Please, Donovan Mitchell, I need you to carry us, and we are going to win in 5. Bang. So we're in the conference finals for the second time in this video, and we're taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Last time we played, they beat us in 5. We win game 1. We lose game 2. Win game 3. Oh my God, we're up 3-1. Don't blow a 3-1 lead. Yes, we're in the NBA Finals. We beat them, and we're taking on the Toronto Raptors. Let's do it. I think we could beat them. If we beat the Spurs, that gives me a lot of confidence. We're up 2-0, 3-0. Thank God. No way. Are you kidding me?